How are you, Gerald?
I'm doing all right, Rich. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. How has it been with cameras following you around?
Oh, it's good, man. I ain't got no problem with a camera being in my face. So, I feel like if you can't perform with a camera in front of you, then you're in the wrong sport. Because last I checked, there's tons of cameras around us on game day. So, it ain't no different to me.
Well, it's game day is one thing, but I mean, following you everywhere you go. Are they there right now? Are the cameras there right now, Gerald?
Yeah, the cameras are here. They're not in this particular interview.
Oh,
but
okay.
They are here. They might be right outside this door, though.
Okay. Because I thought if it was on right now, I'd say, hey, I don't want anything to come out about next week's Game of Thrones. Run that up the HBO flagpole.
Right, man. Hey, listen. Yesterday's episode of Game of Thrones was ridiculous. Let me just say that.
I would agree with you. I don't want to go any further or deeper into it because, what's your philosophy on spoiler alerts, Gerald? I mean, this is just the day after that,
I feel like, if with Game of Thrones, it's kind of, if you didn't watch it, man, that's on you. That's not something you want to miss. And with movies is one thing, but with a show like Game of Thrones, if you're not making time to try and watch it or at least see it before you go to work the next day, it's on you. You just got to deal with whatever's going to be said because the show is too good to miss.
Well, Brockman, my guy here on the set, flew back from the Hall of Fame yesterday and hasn't seen it yet, right, Chris?
I have not seen it yet, no. Got home a little late yesterday in Los Angeles.
Hey, listen, you need to get you some Wi-Fi, get you the HBO app, and get it popping.
Well, there's no streaming on airlines, Gerald. Come on, you should know that.
Huh?
There's no streaming on airlines.
No streaming video on airlines.
Yeah,
flights.
I know, but you had some downtime.
That's
true.
true.
You gotta make time. It's Game of Thrones.
That's true.
I didn't want to show up to work groggy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're a professional. That's right.
with you.
So, Gerald, what's the philosophy for this team this year? I mean, it was close to the playoff appearance last year. There was a 6-week stretch when you were a red-hot team and looking like you'd make the playoffs. What's the expectation level for this year, Gerald?
Yeah, well, if you go from the outside the building, the expectation is really high. Like you just said, we went on this streak. People expect us to make the playoffs last year. We just fell short. We add some great pieces like Chris Baker and O.J. Howard and Deshaun Jackson and so on and so on. The sky's the limit, and people expect us to make the playoffs. For us inside the building, the mission is the same every year: get in the tournament and then go from there. But it starts with week one. With going on the road and beating Miami. But for us, man, we got to get in the tournament, and then anything goes from there.
And speaking of Miami, what do you think about their new quarterback, Gerald McCoy?
Yeah, everybody has to make adjustments, man, and Jay Cutler was out there, and they picked him up, and I think he's going to help him out a lot, man. He's a vet, so it's different when you got a young guy who's not used to making changes and having to learn something really quick and get it going. But he's been in the league for years, man. I think he's going to make the transition real quick, and I think he's going to be good for him.
Okay. Are you saying that just because he's on the week one schedule, Gerald McCoy?
No, I'm saying that because he's a veteran and he's got a lot of experience, and I think he feels he may have something to prove, and I think he wants to, all the naysayers, he wants to prove them wrong. That's why I say that.
You have 2.5 career sacks against him. Are you aware of that?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
Sort of aware.
Do you remember the half?
I do remember the half.
Okay. Walk me through the half.
The half was last year. We had a blitz where I have to stay in the B gap, and I beat one of my former teammates, actually, Ted Larson, in the B gap. Robert Ayers came through on a blitz. He wrapped free, came, and me and Robert Ayers shared the sack. And then afterwards, I did a mannequin challenge celebration.
That's right. I remember the mannequin challenge celebration you did, but I don't recall it being with Cutler involved.
Oh no, he wasn't. He was on the ground. I don't think he was involved in that celebration with me.
Oh my gosh, Joe McCoy here on the Rich Eisen show as things are getting started with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Did you catch any of the speeches at the Hall of Fame over the weekend?
I came in at the end of Jerry Jones, and I caught the beginning of Kurt Warner's.
What do you think?
And
What do you think when you watch Yeah, what do you think of when you watch some of this stuff and hear some of these stories, Gerald?
I get goosebumps, man. I don't know how anybody else feels. I think everybody's goal is to, always win a Super Bowl. I think that's obvious. Everybody wants to win a Super Bowl, but I think it's the ultimate honor to put on that gold jacket, and I don't take it for granted. I don't play with that at all. Any form of simulating a gold jacket or talking about it or anything like that, until you put that gold jacket on, it's just a fraternity that you just don't play with. So anytime I see this, every year it gives me goosebumps. When I see those guys receive those gold jackets, I see these speeches. And this past offseason, or last year, I had a chance to actually visit Canton. And it was like, when I walked into the room, you can just feel the history and just like how these legends, and you just kind of feel it when you walk in there, man, to the point that I had to just walk out because it started my emotions got the best of me, man, because it's just, it's a dream to be able to experience that one day. So to see these guys do it is like, I'm always so proud of them, man, and I'm just a fan of everybody who has that opportunity.
What's your relationship with Sapp, Gerald McCoy?
Me and Sapp are, we pretty tight, man, and, I asked him about his experience and how his went, and he said, his speech was just, some guys write them, some guys just kind of tell their story. He said he just kind of freelanced it because, I don't know, how many people have been around him, but the guys, he has a great memory. So he just kind of went down, his life story and went from there. So, he talks to me all the time about being one of the 5 only first ballot Hall of Fame D tackles. That is not something that's easy to do, and just our relationship is pretty good.
Couple minutes left here with Gerald McCoy, Buccaneers defensive tackle, who is trying to follow in Sapp's footsteps here on the Rich Eisen Show. Want to hit you on some headlines and get your thoughts on it. First up, defensive line coach in Ohio State. You know him. His name's Greg Schiano. He's a former head coach of yours. Said the current D-line in the Ohio State, most talented group he's ever coached at any level, including the NFL. What did you think about that?
Oh, I think that when you're in a relationship and you're dating a particular woman, when you break up with her and you get a new girlfriend, I think your current girlfriend at the time is always supposed to be the best you ever had. I just think that's how relationships go. To make a comment like that when you had Michael Bennett on your D-line, let's just be honest. Michael Bennett, who's done what he's done in Seattle. Adrian Claiborne was a first-round pick. Daquan Bowers, all the talent and success he had coming out of college and going into the league. Roy Miller has been a starting nose guard since he's been in the NFL. To make a comment like that, it's kind of like, this is who I'm dating right now, so this is who I have to, I have to boast about them. I have to make them seem like it's the best thing I've ever experienced. It's just how I see it. So that's his opinion, and that's his opinion. But for me, the guys I was around, I'm going to defend them because those are my brothers, that's my family, and that's just how I feel about it.
Jonathan Stewart's opinion is that Christian McCaffrey, his new first-round pick mate on offense, is quote-unquote unstoppable. You see him twice this year. What are your thoughts on that, Gerald?
Well, with what you've seen in college and having a guy like that in open space and one-on-one, I don't see that being a reach. With his skill set and how talented he is, he's very fast. He's extremely shifty. He's strong. I don't see that being a reach, but only time will tell. I won't say that, he's reaching right now or we haven't seen anything. Only time will tell. As the season goes on, we'll see if that's true. But he's been around him. He's seen what he's done in practice, and that's his opinion. That's what he believes. You can't knock him for what he believes in his opinion. He's rooting for his teammate.
Okay. And when I see Hard Knocks kick off Tuesday at 10 Eastern, who's the guy with the worst language that HBO needs to bleep out the most? Who's going to get that one?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if guys are censoring themselves, man. We got some language guys, man. Mike Evans is pretty intense. Quan Alexander's intense.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Ayers, golly, that dude, you never know what you're going to hear from him. And then some of these coaches, they get it going. So I would say those three players, and then our O-line coach, George Warhop, man, he be letting those guys have it. So we'll see. I don't know how much he censors themselves, but we're going to see.
All right, and who breathes the most fire like the Dragon, Gerald, on HBO? Who's going to breathe more fire, Dragon or somebody on the Hard Knocks on the Buccaneers?
Probably most likely that Dragon, man. That Dragon wasn't playing. Oh, sorry, buddy. Whoever didn't see the show, I apologize.
I mean,
Spoiler alert.
Gerald, really? Come on, man.
No, it is. Gerald.
Spoiler alert. Jeez.
No, there's no spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, there's a dragon in Game of Thrones?
And it breathes fire? Okay, all right. I'm just saying, Gerald,
Right?
if it ruined it for me, I'm coming after you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
Good chatting with you, Gerald, as always.
Thank you.
You got
yes,
it.
sir. God bless you, man. Be good.
Right back at you. Love chatting with you. And that's Gerald McCoy at Geraldini93 on Twitter here on The Rich Eisen Show.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that, please download our app. There's lots of fun things there other than just more of the videos you just saw. You can call us from the app. You can email us from the app. Just download it. Trust me, you'll enjoy it.